Hello everyone, my name is Dara Rath and I'm the pastor at Faith Lutheran Church in Port Elgin, Ontario, Canada. And each week I bring you a story that takes about 5 minutes to watch. And this story this week is from a book called Kindness Matters by Amy Newmark. And the story is actually written by Miriam Howard Meyer. The story is called One Soggy Night. It was our first day to explore the city of Jerusalem on our way without a friend or a tour guide leading the way. We had completed a week-long tour and felt confident that we could navigate the ancient streets by ourselves. With a map in hand, we left confidently on our excursion. We'd enjoyed a full day of exploration when we suddenly realized that the sky had turned from clear blue to an ominous gray. Dark clouds were moving in above. "It's time to head back," we said. As we proceeded along the Hebron Road to our apartment, the storm clouds covered the entire sky, and the first raindrops began to hit our heads. As we were looking around, it was apparent that everyone had taken cover. "Should we get a cab?" I hollered to my husband. The rain being so loud, I had to raise my voice. "No, I'm sure we can make it," he boomed back. "It's only a 20-minute walk, and we will go fast." As the rain and wind increased, so did our footsteps. The streets had turned into roaring rivers that quickly soaked our shoes. Suddenly, amidst the wind and sheets of rain, the biggest eruption of thunder I had ever experienced sounded directly above us. I think my heart truly stopped for a minute. Dusk had turned into dark, which was only interrupted by the sudden flash of lightning from the heavens above. We looked at each other in shock and couldn't help but laugh, observing how silly we looked in the predicament we had managed to get ourselves into. We forged ahead, but it wasn't long before we realized that we had been walking much longer than it should have taken us to arrive home. How in the world did we manage to take the wrong turn? We had not purchased cell phones, so we couldn't call for help, and the streets were empty. As we trudged along, we noticed some lights on a gas station in the distance. Great, we thought, at least we can call a cab from there. As we approached the gas station, two men appeared, glaring at us. We stood back a bit, asking loudly if we could use their phone. It just took a few minutes for us to realize that this was not a friendly neighborhood, so we quickly spun around and headed back down the street. If all else fails, we figured that we could backtrack and at least get to the safer neighborhood. Our unfriendly encounter left us on high alert, and as soon as we were safely out of sight, we stopped a moment to say a prayer. It was simple, and it went something like, "Lead us back to our apartment and send us your angels for protection." It was still pouring when my husband paused, detecting what appeared to be a pathway off the main road. "I think we should have taken this path," he announced. "Here?" I said. I followed his lead as we made our way through overgrown brush until we entered a slight clearing. Peering out into the darkness from behind the shrubs, we realized we had come to the residential neighborhood. "Well, now what?" I asked. "Well, let's just wait a minute," he said. As we stood under the trees, some headlights appeared. A car pulled up the curb just below where we were huddled. Soon a woman got out of the car. "I will ask her directions," I said. "Okay," agreed. She should be more likely to be able to respond to another woman. I attempted to be inconspicuous as I meandered out from behind the shrubbery. The woman immediately turned toward me and was noticeably shocked to see such a sight. "Hello, I'm so sorry I scared you. We are visitors and must have taken the wrong turn. Can you give us some directions? This is my husband." As we listened intently, it became clear that the Hebrew names of the streets only confused us more. My husband had twigs sticking out of his backpack and rain dripping off his long white beard. My mascara was now on my chin, and we were soggy, dripping, wet, lost, and desperate. The woman suddenly stopped mid-sentence and began to laugh. "Get in my car," she said. "I will take you home." "We don't want to get your car all wet," we said. But our rescue Our rescuer insisted and repeated for us to get in her car. We were both so grateful and tired that we didn't argue very much further. Once inside, we explained our predicament, which seemed to ease her curiosity. "Where does the road lead just above your neighborhood before the tree line?" "The road leads to a very dangerous area," she said. "You don't want to be walking there, especially at night like this." As the car turned into our neighborhood, a sense of relief filled me. I looked at this stranger driving us home, knowing that she had rescued us from what could have been a much worse situation. I thanked her profusely, telling her that she was the angel we had prayed for just moments before. She looked at me in amusement and said, "Your prayers must be highly favored, my dear, because my last name is Angel. My family owns the Angel bakery stores in Israel." As we sloshed into our apartment that stormy winter night, it was apparent to us both that miracles certainly can occur, and that story is written by Miriam Howard Meyer. My goodness, I guess all of us have traveled places and been lost, and we always have these wonderful angels come along and rescue us and take us to where we want to go or should be going. So, thanks for taking 5, and blessings on your day.